Okay, I have 4 hobbies and 1 full-time job. My 4 hobbies are training, consultancy, which I can download all my information, my brain to people. And next 2 hobbies is basically investment. I basically have a fund called Chung Capital, which I invest in high-tech company, mining, so on and so forth, basically in line with the trend. And last is entrepreneurship. So last few years, I co-founded almost about 8 startups. And Blue Sea is basically a startup. Sorry. It's just a startup I created about 2 weeks back because I made one MMC. So I did a workshop for them. They asked me, hey, could you do something for me? And could you set a company to work with me? So I just set it up 2 weeks back when I traveled to the Philippines. Yeah, so that's Blue Sea. So what's my full-time job? My full-time job is parenting. So I look after 2 kids over the last 20-odd years. And finally, I'm retiring from that because my elder son just graduated from QUT. So I can start to do what I want to do. So that's me. And today, since we are into Technopreneur Dialogue, so instead of monologue from me, I prepared some slides. So I hope to engage you in a dialogue instead of my monologue. So I will use a slide as a way to stimulate discussions and dialogue among us. So Blue Sea. You might wonder what's 53, later you can ask me. 53 is something very unique to me. Some of the startups I co-founded include biotech. And why I have a lot of love for biotech for simple reason. Yeah. Why? Because the society is aging and old people face a lot of chronic disease and even cancer. So I'm hoping to find a way to actually cure all these chronic diseases like high cholesterol, high blood pressure, so on and so forth. At the same time, and can cure cancer is if the person had cancer. So I'm very fond of that, and that's my ongoing research. And Blue Sea, the object Blue Sea is basically what my mind is very simple because once people are so fearful of AI, right? So most people will feel stressed, whatever. So my thought very simple. I want to actually use it to create superhuman being, human 4.0 or human 5.0. So that's my research area for Blue Sea 53 actually. So let me show you the first slide. First slide, basically, I'll ask you some questions after I show you the first slide. I'll give a brief history of basically about industrial basically revolution. May I guess, how long have we lived on Earth? Human? Anyone? Sorry? 30,000? More than that actually. I put 200,000, right? Okay, actually, human species, there are many human species. So we have lived on Earth for more than millions of years. But for Homo sapiens, that's us, we start to emerge on Earth about 200,000 years back. So what happened then till now? What do you think were the key activities done by human beings since 2,100 years back to now? Nothing much. Yeah, in fact, we spent 195,000 years in the jungle. What do? We try to catch spider, try to catch all the small animals, eat them. And sometimes we are made the bigger guys. Neanderthal is one of them. We get killed, become the meat on the table. So nothing much happened until about 12,000 years back. There's the first revolution. So what is that? Anybody? It's not 12,000 years back. Agriculture, yes. And what started agricultural revolution? May I guess? Actually, it was a question asked by mankind then. What question do you think they asked? Human. They drive humankind to the revolution. Survival? Yes, it's to do with survival. The question is basically, where can I find water? And the question, where can I find water, drove mankind migrate from place to place and find where the water is rich. So they set up home and start to do actually farming. So next question they ask basically, how do I bring water to my farm? And that kick off the irrigation technology. Yeah, first question. So you can see actually by and large, humankind innovation are driven by basically a lot of times basic question. So from 12,000 years back until 5,000, nothing happened as well. So until 5,000 years back, we had this first kingdom, empire formed on earth. And teapot was actually invented then. So when you look at teapot, right, when it's boiling, what happened? What do you see? Teapot with a cap or kettle. When it started to boil, steam come up, it started to rattle the cap, right? Yeah. And when was steam engine invented? But nobody tried to link it to steam engine. Steam engine was invented about in the Industrial Revolution 1, right? So somebody with collective knowledge started to create the first steam engine. And this humankind started to know, hey, now I can convert steam engine into mechanical energy, right? Steam energy to mechanical energy. Before that was what? Humans know only how to convert food energy to mechanical energy. That's why they use animals, right? Or us, right? Feed, then we can produce work. Yeah. So that started the first revolution, Industrial 1.0, basically about invention of steam engine. And what changed after the invention? Yeah. It pushed all the transportation, right? Then people start to aggregate, right? Start to grow the cities and so forth, right? So when people aggregate today, what happened? Exchange of idea. That's why innovation start to flourish, and we have second revolution. Yeah, 100 years later, what's second revolution? We start to manage one energy, another energy. Electricity energy, yes, and what drives that? It drives the mass production. So factories start up, and then we start to have more food, more product to enjoy, right? Yeah, so and 100 years later, what happened? We invented computers, so we started to have electronic devices, automation kickstart. And now about 10 years back, now we talk about basically you go into Industrial 4.0. But look at time frame. Does it catch your eyes, the time frame? The space gets shorter and shorter. Yeah, between 3 and 4 is about 60 years. So right now, I believe we are probably going into Industrial 5.0, and which I think is we are looking at advanced biotech, AI, and it can lead to upgrade in humankind, you and me. Yeah, we will probably have some kind of superpower if we continue with this trend. And let me ask you a question. During this whole process, there are 2 animals lost a job. Which 2 animals? Horses. What else? The cow, right? So what ended up with them? What happened to them? The horse and the cow. Sorry? On the table, there's a cow, right? Beef, right? How about the horses? Retired, they become entertainer, right? So actually, by and large, you look at people fearful about, what are they fearful about? Once AI will cause displacement, job displacement, right? They're all fearful of loss of job, right? And if this happen, we all lose a job, what can we do? We can be entertainer. That's what I'm advising my kid. One of the big growth area in the future probably is entertainment. Oh, thanks. And maybe just a glimpse of basically Industrial 4.0. You can see all this, the technology. Right, we have autonomous robots, simulation, system integration, IoT, so on and so forth, right? The AI. Yeah. What do you think this technology will change? What change? There's an impact, right? What is the change? What does it change? Okay. As an investor, I've been talking to a lot of companies from Australia, from Israel, from US, from Canada, and I've seen very, very innovative models that they have. Yeah. So what do you think will change? Example, this is 3D, the additive manufacturing, the 3D printer, right? What do you think is going to change the world? Supply chain, yes. You take away inventory, the warehouse. And what do company need? You just need a machine. And you need all the drawing, instruction, that's it. So when you need a spare part, you just have to put and fit the machine, you get a spare part immediately. So you change that. You change a lot of jobs also. And you look at VR, what happened? Again, simply it creates different kind of experience, right? So these are all the impact. Because I don't have much time, so I just quickly go through it. Internet of Things will actually spur in data analytics and AI, so on and so forth as well. So these are the Industrial 4.0. And what's next for after Industrial 4.0? Personally, I believe that is artificial general intelligence, which AI will move to a single point of, basically a point of singularity, and plus the advanced biotech. Advanced biotech, one of the key things to know is CRISPR technology. Have you heard about CRISPR technology? Basically a gene editing tool. So you'll see next time, you'll see a designer babies very out soon already. So they say anybody, new parents here are going to get married, you can actually design the baby the way you want it. What kind of eyes you want, blue, yellow, whatever kind of eyes, and what kind of hair. You can actually design it and use the technology to basically edit the gene so you can produce the baby you want. You can even want to have, let's say I want my kid to have IQ of 200, 300. You can produce that. Yeah, so I think that's going to be the future. And this is very soon because if you look at the NASDAQ, listen to NASDAQ, there already are more than 10 companies embarking on CRISPR technology. Yeah, since 2016. So what's after that? And where's the business opportunity in Industrial 4.0? There are many actually. Yeah, example, the smart factory supply chain. I know one company called ISDN. They have 50 offices. It's a Singapore company. They have 50 offices in China working in this area. Basically, have all the factory to automate. And business is booming, even in COVID-19 period. Why? Because COVID-19 period due to labor shortage. So a lot of factories actually want to automate their processes. So you can see the sales actually went up very strongly here. And you can also go into predictive maintenance monitoring system so that it can become cheaper. Yeah, can cut down a lot of effort, a lot of stuff in your inventory. Remote training become possible. It can also have the blockchain, right? So there are many. Yeah, not just these four. I just give some example. So in your area, what do you think? What is opportunity for you? Anyone? I know for Inna is AI, right? Yeah, get an AI. And this morning I met quite a few people talk about AI. Anybody in AI? Who are in AI now? AI? 1, 2, 3, any more? Yeah. AI is going to be a strong growth area. And if you look at the revenue from AI sector, I saw one of the prediction report by 2030, it can move up to about 30 trillion. So what's 30 trillion? I guess what's 30 trillion? Anyone? Okay, the world economy is about 180 to 100 trillions now. So 30 trillion is almost 30%. So from where it is now, about 2-3%, if you can move to 30% of the world GDP, it's going to be huge. So if you're not in, I would encourage you to be in. And there are many veterans here. You can talk to them and how to get yourself into AI space. For me, I'm back in AI to basically create human plus. This is my thought here. Okay, let me show you a video. This basically New York City tried to implement basically a robotic dog. So as you embark on this technology journey, if you implement it, you have to figure out also the fear from society as well. So let me show you. I thought it's quite interesting.
There's a new member of the New York City police force, a high-tech robo-dog, and not everybody's happy with it. As Stephen Fabian reports, some people say it should not be used to fight crime.
A police robo-dog is sparking a major controversy today. The machine was deployed by NYPD at the scene of a suspected hostage-taking in Manhattan.
I've never seen nothing like this before in my life.
Cops say the robo-dog can save lives by scoping out a crime scene without exposing officers to danger, but critics are calling the robo-dog creepy and even terrifying. What was the reaction from the tenants from the fact that this dog was used here?
Disbelief, shock, curiosity. I was horrified. Some people were horrified. And some kids went up to pet it because they're kids and they think it's a cute dog.
Some are comparing Robo-Dog to an episode of Netflix's sci-fi series Black Mirror, in which robot dogs turn on humans. A local congressman had this to say.
They got military gear, and now they got robot dogs in the streets, further oppressing us with robots now.
New York City's police commissioner defended the robot today.
It's important to say that we did not purchase this. We have current technology such as robots. This is another option that we're in the evaluation phase, and we'll go from there.
This is a promotional video for the machine, which is called Digi-Dog by its maker, Boston Dynamics. Check out how strong they are. A team of robo-dogs pulls a huge truck.
I've never seen nothing like this before in my life.
Digi-Dogs weigh 70 pounds and can run 3.5 miles an hour.
So there's a Digi-Dog. If you plan to go to the AI area, you have to be aware that customers, society might be fearful of that huge change. Therefore, need to address that. And I find in this area, Japan government is very smart. So a few years back, they launched this thing called Society 5.0. Yeah, to show the people actually we use technology and are using humans to drive human-centric society. Let me show you on that.
In Japan, innovation has been transforming our society, in which people can extend human ability. For example, a technology which improves our performance. With new wearable interfaces which analyze wearers' movement using AI and accumulate the techniques of great performers as electrical stimuli, wearers may play like great performers due to the stimuli sent by interfaces to wearers' muscles. Telexistence technology realizes our own avatar robots in practical use, enabling us to see, hear, and feel beyond time and distance, as though we were there. Assistive suits, which read wearers' wills by receiving biological signals sent from the brain to the muscles, support users' heavy lifting work. The suits reduce the user's burden and let us handle heavy work much more safely and comfortably. Advanced technology will support a variety of activities and improve our lifestyles. Japan aims at realizing Society 5.0, a technology-based, human-centered society.
You can see Japan government is very smart, so they want the people to embrace technology, and before that they try to sell this vision of Society 5.0. So same thing, if you have a technology, I think it'd be good for you to use the same approach. What are the problems society face? What problem my customer face or people face? And think from the perspective, design to help people instead of become a threat in the mind of people, and then they'll stop you from that. Yeah, by the way, can I test? It's quite important if you want to get into technology space and broaden or deepen it. Creativity is very important, right? All agree, right? Yeah, can I test how creative you guys are? By simple, just follow me to do some exercise. Yeah, first exercise, can you follow me? Draw a circle using left hand, and draw square using right hand, like what I'm doing. And see whether can you do it as quickly as possible now. Can you do it? First exercise, you cannot, that means go back to improve your creativity. Okay, second one, can you make a V shape on your finger, V shape? In your right hand, W shape. W right? E and W right? You now follow me. After me. Okay, last one. Put the two hand finger like what I'm doing together. What I want you to do is rotate the four fingers. How about you? Yeah, I'm an old man. I'm years old. I'm not very young. Okay, so you have to get as quickly as possible. The rest you touch, just rotate your four fingers. Oh, yeah, very good. If you cannot do it fast, that means something like so to me, in human 4.0, right? 4.0, you need to work on your creativity, right? It's like that I found over the last many years, right? Memory is very important. How good are you with memory? Anybody want to challenge me how to recall pi? The first 100 digit of pi. 3.14?
Enough, that's all.
3.1415. 926. 5. 558. 979. 32384. 6264. 338. 327. Anyone? Anyone? 9502. 841. 901.
Whatever you do, be correct.
Okay, very fine. But what I realized is you're going to get into probably this industrial 4.2 is not going to be narrow technology area. It's pretty quite very broad. Yeah, so it's very broad. How do you approach, how do you learn it when there's so much business of audio? The only way I feel is to use range of memory as fast, as good as possible. In fact, a wide range of knowledge. In people absorb the knowledge, then be creative. Once you have that, because you interact and they put them together, you create a lot of new, wonderful product service for company. I can do it. I'll show you later. It's very fun.
I'm sure you can do it.
Yeah, sorry. Thanks, Andy. Okay. Industrial 4.0 technology, I believe, is going to fundamentally disrupt our work and our lives. It will definitely. But it could also be a solution for challenges posed by 3 other mega trends, which I want to share. Industrial 4.0, digital workplace is basically one mega trend. And can we stop it? Can anybody stop the movement of this Industrial 4.0? Can't. Why? Because if you ask a scientist, what do you think scientists will say? Scientists will tell you, this is my job to advance AI, advance technology. If I stop it, I'll lose my job, right? Then what do you think economists will say? I spoke to economists who told me, hey, now we are facing labor shortage because of aging population. So where do we get the labor? We need robot, we need AI. So let's move with it. Then I talk to psychologists. What do you psychologists do? Psychologists say that if there's emotion management is my area. So when they stress, they need me more. So go ahead with it. So I one very philosopher. He really hate AI. So I asked him, what are you going to do with it? He said, I just shift my field. So I'll write survival kit for me. So you can see that actually in the whole world, right, there are people who see that moving ahead is a good way. So they continue to drive it and not really stop it. If you stop it, somebody else continue. Don't be left behind. It's quite important that we continue to drive on. But it can be a solution for other challenges. So therefore, to me, it's a renaissance period for technopreneurs. And sorry, you see that I'm not used to my cannot move. Sorry. And what are the three other mega trends? Next will be climate change. Climate change, because when you deal with climate change, you push us toward a low carbon-based economy. This space, my fund is heavily invested in this space because I find a lot of wonderful things there. Yeah, when we move from the carbon-based economy towards more renewable energy. So there are a lot of opportunities around as an investor, as an entrepreneur as well. And third is aging population, is basically civil economy. And civil economy, of course, they are constrained things like labor shortages, but they are also unique needs, the needs from the population. What do you think are the unique needs? Where can we find them, the business opportunity? Anyone? Actually, the best way to look at Japan. Japan has already aged, and look at society. What kind of technology, what kind of things, services they create for the old people. And in Japan, the old people are very rich. I tell you, a lot of old people, and the government is always thinking, how do I unlock their wallet so they can spend and then revitalize the economy. So aging population, there's a lot of wonderful opportunity where you can use Industrial 4.0 to solve them. Yeah. And lastly, is shifting of global power. Basically, we are moved towards a de-dollarized economy. And as of, I think yesterday, before COVID, I remember the global currency, US as a reserve is 62%. Guess what is the reserve now? Most of the time, it actually stayed above 60 for a long time. It dropped to 58, recently reported. And if it dropped 50, basically you can say bye-bye to US dollar. And if renminbi start to become 10% of the global currency, you see a shift very quickly on that. Yeah. So there is also a lot of opportunity in this space as well. So let me just share with some of the opportunity. Yeah, you can see there's Industrial 4.0 solution to other mega trend, right? For climate change, you can see it basically helps to optimize operation, reduce carbon footprint. So there are many areas you can get into. Global power shift can be quick, customized approach to handle geographical risk and uncertainty. And for aging population, of course, you want to reduce aging issue and labor shortage. I'm actually anchored quite in two space, climate change as aging population, especially in the biotech area. Okay, let's take a look at some of the possibility. Yeah, so one area, I think one of the gentlemen just now telling me that renewable power generation system, it can be a space where we can see a lot of opportunity, especially battery area, motor area. Motor, right now we use a lot of rare earth. And if you can invent something, motor that don't use magnet, you can straight away become a billionaire. Anyone want to be in this space? I'm looking for an inventor here. If you can invent a motor that don't use permanent magnet and it's very efficient, a lot of these battery producers will want to use your basically motor. EV use at least a few motor, the main motor, traction motors and so forth. So it can be a very interesting space to be in. Carbon capture and storage technology, there are too much carbon dioxide is exceeded almost a level that we may not exist. So carbon capturing storage technology become more and more popular, especially as government increase all the carbon tax. Third area is sustainable food production and agriculture. Have you tried a lab meat before? Anybody? Meat produced in a lab. How is it? Tasty? Not tasty? Tasty, right? Similar like a beef, right? Oh yeah, good. So you can see the space is also very wonderful. And 3D printing is one way to do it. Stem cell therapies and so forth. There are people basically using stem cell manufacturing in this space. So you can create meat out of lab. Maybe just ask, anybody else think that there are other opportunity in this space? Anyone want to share? Accountant? climate change. Of course, measurement is one area, right? How do you measurement carbon footprint is going to be one big area. Yeah, if you are able to come out with a solution to measure carbon footprint of production from factories and so forth, that can be one big area for compliance purposes. So actually you can see there's a lot of opportunity. Yeah. Aging population can be assistive technology for elderly. As we get age, right, we will lose our mobility, right? So it can come up something to help the old people, will be wonderful. Like a toilet, right? You see in toilet, so you can push it up. So there's a new invention, I saw it, yeah, for old age home. Yeah, there's also this VR, AR for the older people to experience young again. So actually there are a lot of things, and I'm focusing on the last one, new treatment method for old age chronic diseases. I hope to find some solution. If anybody interested, let me know. Yeah, especially in the area of, example, high cholesterol, type 2 diabetes, and cancer treatments. I'm very, very keen in that space. Anyone want to share any other things in this space? How many of you use ChatGPT now? Everybody, right? I think very simple. You just key in the name, aging population, developed country, what are the opportunities it give you? Not enough, say, give me another 100 ideas, you give 100. So you'll see a lot of idea from there. And lastly, it's basically a global power shift. You can see that there'll be demand in alternative financing payment system, AI-powered cybersecurity as the geopolitics getting more and more intense, right? You'll see more and more cyber attack. And there will always people want to leverage on that vulnerability. So there's one area, just cybersecurity. Of course, there's also autonomous assistance for defense capabilities. You can come up with something drone, very small ship, whatever. I think defense side will want it from you. You look at last few years, last 2-3 years, you can see defense budget has gone up tremendously after the Ukraine war broke out, right? So there's actually a lot of budget for that. I used to be in the defense industry, basically researching on things like robot, AI, so on and so forth. Yeah, so that's also my area. Yeah, I believe that for Technopreneur, I think two things very important. The knowledge of the technology. So get yourself to be familiar with the whole chain of Industry 4.0. Yeah, I think if you can be familiar, that will anchor you to be able to find some sweet spot that you can leverage and go into. Second, I think it's critical thinking. Yeah, critical thinking is very important. If you want to survive to grow in this rapid in an era where there's a lot of high uncertainty, volatility, critical things is very important. So I just want to give the last quiz. You take at least quiz 3. Actually, I have 3 quizzes, but I think the last one for it to test you. So if they say there's 2 drugs, drug A and B. So day 1, drug A, actually I got it out from COVID-19, the drug test. So drug A, day 1 can cure 70% of the people. Sample size is 100 patients, and drug 2 is basically second is 40% of the people. Yeah, drug B is basically day 1 is 80%, day 2 is 50%. So if you are the Technopreneur, which drug would you pick up? Who say drug A? 1. Okay, who say drug B? The rest? A, yeah? Okay, how about the rest? Still try to figure out. Sample size 100. Okay. When you go into technopreneurship, into business, you deal with a lot of this kind of issues. Yeah, what are the choices you should make? A, B, or A, B, C. Sometimes you need to create on choice D. And you have to do it very quickly because daily that's what you are going to face if you want to rescale up, break out of the normal. And the answer is, we cannot just look at percentage, right? Yeah, so statistics can cheat. So this case, I'll look at the absolute number, right? So absolute number, obviously, which one is better? Yeah, A, right? Because A, you can cure 67 people. B is 53. Yeah, so I will go for A, right? Because it can cure more people. Yeah. Andy has invited me to do a one-day workshop with INCA, based on critical thinking, because I believe that is an area where when we face this 4 mega trend, we all need to actually keep sharpening our critical thinking. And what's critical thinking is not more than actually a process using question information and enabled by habits of mind. We need to have certain habits of mind so they can arrive at a reasoned judgment. The key is basically at the end, you want clarity of thought. So with clarity of thought, actually you can do many wonderful things. Of course, memory is very important, and creativity is also very important, and go back to train yourself on that. So that's basically in a nutshell my talk. I feel that there's a lot of wonderful opportunity around business opportunity, and with your knowledge and technology, I believe if collectively we can come together, I think we can create a good impact to the world and benefit the society and create a better world for everybody to thrive and to live in. Yeah, that's my talk for today. I wanted to make it a dialogue, but somehow it's still a monologue. So sorry for that. Is there any question anybody want to ask me? If not, we can leave to tea break later. I would talk to you more. Thank you very much.